how are you doing today? My name is Mary and this is Happilyeveresch, and today I am bringing you my nonfiction November TBR. I am so excited for nonfiction November. I have been in such a nonfiction mood. I've been reading more nonfiction this fall, and so I am just so ready to dive in and hopefully pretty much predominantly read nonfiction in November. Though while I'm saying that, I just started Hollowpox because it just came out and it's new and I can't wait for that. But besides that, I'm hoping to just predominantly read nonfiction. So this video, I'm sharing all the books I plan to read, plus some extras that I have on my shelves that might sneak into the month. And then I hope to do another video of all my recommendations that go into the prompts for this year's nonfiction November. This readathon is hosted by a couple lovely ladies who will all be linked down below. I know Olive at A Book Olive kind of like heads it up, but I found some really fun other channels. So definitely go check that out down in the description box below. And without further ado, let's just hop on into it. So the first prompt for nonfiction November this year was time. Now these prompts are really cool because you can kind of interpret them and fit your TBR however you want to around these words. It's so much fun. They're some of my favorite prompts to like think about because you can be so creative, and it's such a unique way to kind of deal with like the readathon prompt issue. And so for the prompt time, I chose a book from my shelf, so we're working towards that goal, and that's The Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion. This is a memoir and it's following Joan Didion and her life after losing her spouse. It's supposed to be very emotional, and Joan Didion is, you know, very well loved and acclaimed. She seems to be kind of a queen of nonfiction, memoir, essay style writing. So I can't wait to try Joan Didion out. I don't know a lot about her and I haven't read a lot from her, but I know people who love her, and so I hope to be one of those. I chose this for time because of the word year in the title, which a year is a set number of days in time. So that's kind of how I thought about this one, but I do hope to read this one physically because I think that the lyrical writing will be just something I want to experience with my eyes and not my ears. So that is that first one, Joan Didion, The Year of Magical Thinking. I can't wait to dive into this. The next prompt is movement, and I have two books for that. The first one is another much beloved nonfiction, another kind of essay memoir style book, and that is H is for Hawk by Helen Macdonald. I cannot wait to read this. Look at all these awards that it's won. So this book follows our author who is grieving the loss of her father, and she decides to take on training this hawk. It's a certain type of hawk. I don't know what kind, but she sets out to train this hawk, and it's kind of her experience doing that, but I also think kind of an exploration of these birds. It sounds really intense and beautiful, and I can't wait to read it. I know this author has written at least a few other books about birds, and so I'm interested, if I like this one, to maybe check out some more of her backlist. The second book I picked for movement, I don't own a physical copy, but I own an audiobook copy. That's The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson. I chose this for the prompt movement because it's looking at the Great Migration of a large number of Black individuals from the South to the North between like the beginning of the 1900s to like the mid-70s, the huge numbers of people that migrated. This book gets so much love and praise, and I also have Isabel Wilkerson's new book Cast on my shelf, so I really need to get to her first one. I can't wait to read this one on audio. I think it's gonna be stunning, but also I'm nervous because it's like a 24-hour audiobook, so we'll see how I do with that. But I do listen to lots of audiobooks while I'm driving, and I drive a lot for work, so I'm hoping that I can finish it and maybe even sneak in another audiobook this month. I really am intrigued by this story because while it's looking at the Great Migration and the movement as a whole, it also is looking at individual stories. I love that form of nonfiction storytelling to get the personal along with the historical narrative. It's going to be fabulous. I just know that I'm going to love this one, and I'm very excited to listen to it on audiobook. The next prompt was Buzz. I was having a little bit of trouble fitting my books into this, but I think both of these kind of, you'll agree that they fit, hopefully. If not, oh well, it's my TBR. And the first one is a super new release. I just went and bought a copy from my bookstore, and that's She Come by It Natural, Dolly Parton and the Woman Who Lived Her Songs by Sarah Smarsh. This got some buzz on What Should I Read Next, Anne Vogel's podcast. She recommended it from one of her favorite summer reads. I had planned to read it before then, but getting that seal of approval definitely solidified that I wanted to read this one for nonfiction November. It's a short little guy. Sarah Smarsh wrote Heartland, which was a National Book Award finalist, and she kind of writes from a Midwestern perspective. If you didn't know, I'm from the Midwest, and I love hearing those types of stories. I think the Midwest is very underrepresented in literature, and so I'm excited to get some of her perspective. But I chose it for buzz because I feel like Dolly Parton's a very buzzy person. She gets a lot of buzz. People love her. So that's kind of how I fit that in. But yeah, I can't wait to read this. It's about Dolly Parton, about the women who lived her songs. It sounds like a perfect book for me, and I'm hoping to just kind of gobble it up in a couple settings because it's not very long. And the second book I picked for buzz is a nonfiction pick, and that's 12 Ways Your Phone is Changing You by Toni Rinke. I am very excited about reading this. I'm very interested in how we relate with technology, how it's changing us, and how to use it to be a benefit and not something that hinders life. And so this is one that I'm really interested in picking up. It is written from a Christian perspective. I am a Christian, so I find that really valuable. And buzz, I obviously picked this because phones buzz. So that's why I fit it there. But I kind of hope to read this slowly, maybe read a chapter a day or every other day and kind of take my time with it this month. But yeah, I'm very excited. I've read a couple other books about how to manage technology, and I've really enjoyed them, and they're very convicting, and sometimes you need that like little how do I say it, a little push to set some better boundaries with technology, and I'm hoping that this will kind of give me my reset for the end of 2020. And last but certainly not least, we have the prompt discovery, and for that I have Two Trees Make a Forest: In Search of My Family's Past Among Taiwan's Mountains and Coasts by Jessica J. Lee. I picked this for discovery because says she's in search of her family's past in Taiwan. It's travel writing, it's kind of family writing, a lot of self-discovery, and so that's why I picked this one. This will probably be the first one that I pick up after I finish the book that I'm currently reading. Another book I have on my wait list at the library is The Montessori Toddler. It could probably go for discovery. That probably fits the best for discovery. The Montessori model is all about discovery and learning in ways that's the most beneficial for children. And yes, I can't wait to read this one. I'm waiting for it on audiobook, and so I hope that it will come in and I can start it after I finish The Warmth of Other Suns. So, but who knows? We'll see if I add some more, if I don't finish these books. It's always, a gamble at the end of the month to see what we get through. I have already read my book club pick for the month. They picked The Vanishing Half, and I just finished that a month or so ago, so I won't have any obligations for book club, so I'm just very excited to focus on nonfiction this month. I'd love to know what you're picking up this month for nonfiction November. Are you planning to participate? Are you not? Do you have any opinions on these books? I'd love to chat about all of that and more down in the comments below. Please like this video if you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you want to see more bookish content from me. And yeah, I think that's it. Stay tuned for my recommendations video. I love talking nonfiction, and it's fun just to celebrate at this time of the month. All right, friends, have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.